This should be a beauty. They both finished on the podium last night, Hutchie, so I'll watch with interest as a super rod square off. Night number 2 of their Max Dumsley Motorsports Easter Trail for the rods. Let's go racing, mate.
Let's go racing with it. Kavanagh and Pitcher to square off. Marco Jr. and Court. Watch for Neville Grange to win the Victoria 1. Back straight. Pitcher to lead it. Kavanagh will just let him go. We'll size him up. They rock and roll through turn 4. Pitcher your leader. Kavanagh, Court. Then we go back to Jamie May. Currently sits position number 4. We watch with interest. Marco Jr. under attack at the moment from the Victoria 1. So Nev's on the charge. Neville Grange in the Victoria 1 now sits 6th. But for how much longer? Out in front, Pitcher and Kavanagh. This is what the fans have come to see. 16.5 to run. Starting to get away from Court. Jamie May still got his hands full with Neville Grange. So Nev at the moment makes a mistake. We are going yellow. That'll be the 7 entry that has got on the caution, brought on the caution. That is the HA7 of Ackland. Bring on the caution, Court. Don't count Dane out of this either. Jamie May's breathing there as well. Stan Marco Jr. in the 77. Sits position number 6. We're set to go. Neville Grange is also there in the Victoria 1. 17 to run. Kavanagh goes to work on that right rear tyre of Pitcher. Up to turn 3 and 4 this time. Have a look at it. Lean to the left. Pitcher's car seems to be rocking and rolling across the clayway, whereas Gav made mention that car looks settled, that Kavanagh car, it looks settled. Dane Court bouncing through turn 3 and 4. 14.5 to run. Jamie May sits 4th. Then we go back to Marco Jr. Neville Grange, position number 6. Howard Stansfield in the Waterville 88, one further spot back. In fact, daylight between 6th to 7th. 7th to 8th is daylight. Stansfield running his own race. No one in front of him, no one behind him. Still 13 to run, make that 12.5. Pitcher your leader. Back to Kavanagh. They're now starting to settle down out in front. Pitcher now runs away. He's going to come up on the back of the Wollstonecroft number 66. This is where Kavanagh's got to play the game. Try and use that lap car to slingshot past that 83 and does almost. Pitcher now goes to the inside. Wollstonecroft rolls up the shutters. Gets shafted aside. We go yellow. Unfortunately, Gorgeous George is involved in this, and the 66 collapses the front. Got a tap as our leaders went on by, and unfortunately it has lost the front end on Gorgeous George's 6 racing. So Jacob leads away. Court will resume that second spot. May back to Marco Jr. Jamie May, Neville Grange also in there in the Victoria 1. 10 remain. Down the back chute. So our leader, first to second, third to fourth, all running their own race, all on the same speed. Marco Senior, a little further back in the pack, but Junior's the one we're watching, position number 4. That is the 77, that's the black 77, well the fluoro yellow on the 77. Now Neville Grange is now starting to make an impression. In fact, he's sizing up that right rear tyre. But it's out in front. Have a look at Dane Court. bouncing the car, and if you don't mind, through turn 3 and 4, as we say, that pitcher makes a mistake. Dane Court said thank you very much. 6 to run. Court now, due no fault of his own, pitcher's gone back to second. Dane says thank you. Jamie May sits in third. The final step on the podium at the moment goes to the 8 machine. Marco Jr., position number 4, back to Neville Gage in position number 5. We're inside 4.5 to run. They'll come up on the back of the 53 of Dynhoven. Pitcher's just trying to get back. He may get back past. This is going to go down to the final corners. Dynhoven's just got to keep the car on his line. We watch. Court goes to the inside. Pitcher almost 3 wide to the back straight. Jacob Pitcher in the 83 now wants that spot back. 2 to run. Super Rods, Mount Gambier. Court into turn 3 and 4. White flag to come out. 1 lap remain. Down the back chute for the final time. What's Pitcher going to do? Will he come alongside? Court will hold on. So Court holds on. Back to Pitcher in the 83. Back to Jamie May in the Warrnambool 8. Stan Marco Jr., Neville Gage, Howard Stansfield, Bailey Pitcher, Jason Kavanagh fights his way back to 8th, Peter Dynhoven, and George Wilson-Croft and George Acton. Unfortunately, will no longer be DNFs on this one, but how about it, folks? Driving the Hamilton 96, Dane Court. Home in second with the Avalon 83 of Jacob Pitcher. Jamie May rounds out 3. And Stan Marco Jr. rounds out your 4. Very shortly, down to Gavin White.